podcast up this hour. Felt bad. Nancy on Facebook was like, podcast, please. Sorry, when there's only two of us, some of the things get pushed to the back burner, and then it's noon, and then I'm like, I don't want to do it.
Right. I get it.
But there'll be a really, really, really long one today.
How about that?
To make up for all of that. So, all right. So we're going to talk UFOs here in a minute because they are way up. Jen wants to get into that. Also, air fryers, Keurig coffee makers, the automatic kitty litter things. Are they worth the money? But first, we will start with some news that didn't make the news about living longer. You know, researchers at the University of, how do you say this? Groningen of the Netherlands?
Not a clue.
They found a direct connection with the amount of money people give away and how long they live.
I like it.
They found that France and Japan have the longest life expectancy and the highest number of average personal money transfers. So people in those countries share an average of almost 70% of their lifetime income.
70% of it? Wow.
So they're sharing it, but how are they sharing it? Is this like charitable giving? Is this I'm giving it to my niece or nephew?
Or is this giving, back to the economy by spending a lot of money on shoes?
Well, then you've been giving back all this whole time.
I have been so generous over the years.
They have mortality rates that are much lower than China or Turkey, where people share 44 to 48% of their lifetime income.
Yeah. Do taxes count?
And they say you don't have to give your money to strangers or to charity for this. Helping out your kids or other family members counts. So there you go.
That's nice. But then I've been very generous with my son.
Yeah, you have.
That kid has done all right.
So they say, why is sharing your money linked to living longer? Quote, sharing generosity may reflect the strength of social connectedness, which itself benefits human health and well-being and indirectly raises survival.
I like it.
So they say, in other words, being generous, it gives you strong social connections, and those make you healthier and happier so you can live longer.
Good call.
Okay, I'm down with that.
You can get on board with them.
Mm-hmm. Everyone under 55 would rather have you text, not call. According to some new research, the overwhelming majority of people would rather have you text them than call them. The only exception is people over 55.
Yeah. I mean, do you get annoyed when you see someone actually calling you?
Occasionally. I don't get too many calls.
Mm-hmm.
My mom might call. My dad might call. They also text as well. Although my mom does the voice to text and then doesn't pre-read.
Okay.
Because have you ever done voice to text and maybe it messes up a word?
Yeah.
Or if you're just talking your normal talk, it doesn't always pick up on maybe some of the slang you use.
Right.
Or the way you pronounce a word. So she doesn't pre-read them. So just talk into it.
and whatever comes out, comes out.
Send it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I have to use some context clues here.
I love that she's using it, though. I don't think I could get my mom to use voice to text.
But then she goes back and adds in like 20 emojis. I'm like, if you had time to put in 20 emojis after, you could have made sure there was punctuation and all the words were correct.
Not as much fun.
All right. 72% of people under 39 would rather you text. For what it's worth, people who prefer calls over text are almost 3 times less likely to have smartphones. I got the jitterbug.
That makes sense, too.
Jitterbug, maybe. All right, I want to take a break here because we got to check traffic. And when we come back, we're going to have some creepy music, and we're going to talk about UFOs. Because Jen has been sending...
I think I saw one last week at my house.
Jen's been sending me videos.
I share information with you.
I'm all in it. You know what
I know.
You know that how I feel about the biblical connections to potential aliens. So I'm all for it. We're going to talk UFOs next, but right now, remember, full moon alert is underway. Today's the full moon.
Just remain patient and move slowly. That's all I can say.
I had to run a couple errands yesterday and was in the Rookwood parking lot. And by the way, we went into Old Navy. We went and got some Maverick chocolate. We picked up dinner.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But man, everyone was like running stop signs and driving all crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on? And then I remembered, oh yeah, full moon.
Full moon.
Just putting the warning out there for you.
We'll do it every time.
All right, you want to get weird?
I'm always weird.
The pandemic has been a real breeding ground for both boredom and conspiracy theories.
Watch it.
and aliens. UFO sightings are up 51% this year, as lots of people have taken up UFO spotting as a hobby during the quarantine.
Sure. Well, there's been a lot of information released.
And it's kind of been, I don't want to say swept under the rug, but in a
It's
world
not
where
talked about.
in a world where the TV news is filled with look what the president said, some of the other things that may be a little more interesting and not political get pushed to
swept under the rug
to the end of the newscast, or if they even cover it at all.
Right.
And there was all sorts of stuff that the Pentagon released, proof and video and all this stuff of aliens for decades and decades. They knew about it, and they're kind of finally coming out and saying, yeah, there's some of this and some of that, and we've known about it for a long time, and here's the proof. And
they created a task force about a week and a half ago. The Pentagon did. For it's called the Unidentified Flying Objects. Let me get the exact name of the... I'm digging the music, I'll tell you that right now.
Well, it's an 11-minute loop, so...
That's kind of fun.
We got time.
That's kind of fun. Yeah, they have a task force that's going to be looking into all of these sightings.
I'm in. I want to know more.
And yeah, they're definitely
and I'm sure that,
checking it out.
You know, there's the questions of why wouldn't they share this information through the years? And, you know.
And why now are they releasing it?
You know,
and
they think,
what's going on now?
Maybe we couldn't handle the truth, or maybe it would incite panic, or who knows what they thought, and they didn't want to release it. But I, Tim Timmerman, would like to know.
I want to know more. Did you watch the movie? Did you watch the movie Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind like I recommended?
I did. Was that there was two you sent me, and one was better to watch first.
The other one was, what was the name of the other one?
One laid the groundwork.
Yes. And then this one.
And then Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. Was that the second one?
That was the second one.
That one presented some, I mean, I think we've all heard these alien theories through the years and gone, okay, maybe. Okay, that one you shared of the Fifth Kind. Mm-hmm. That was information never heard before.
That you never heard before, because you've always been curious. But yeah, really interesting stuff. I would highly recommend. I mean, it makes you think. It makes you wonder. Makes you go, hey.
But what was the other one, though? Because if people are listening right now and just walk into Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind,
blah, blah, blah,
like, it's a little, I mean, it's some very deep concepts. You can't just go in and go, oh, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. I'm going to have to look it up.
You said you saw some at the farm last week?
I'll tell you, it was weird because did you see the footage from a couple of weeks ago? The NBC News was doing a story, and in the background of the story, it's the middle of the day, you see this light like travel
through I did see
sky.
That. You showed that to me, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, that's what I thought I saw last week, and I'm sitting on my couch in between the clouds up in the blue sky.
So was it the triangle-shaped one, or was it the cigar-shaped one?
It was more of a cigar-shaped light, but it just traveling between the clouds. Because, they're here to help us.
And that's your theory.
Well, I really struggle to think that they're here to harm us, because I'm sorry, if they've created ships that can bring them here,
they would have already did what they were going to do.
Yeah. They're far beyond us technologically, and if they wanted to cause us harm, they could have easily done that by now. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to freak out about it. That's for sure. But in this movie, it's a really cool theory that they're here to help us and keep us from destroying each other. And that's why there are so many sightings around nuclear plants and nuclear bomb locations, because they're keeping an eye, and if we start firing nuclear bombs at each other, they're going to intervene. Okay. I like that idea too.
There you have it. If you're just tuning in, it's 7:26, and we just talked about aliens and Jen's UFO theories for the last 3 minutes.
Well, those are the theories I like, for sure.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
I think you got to just have an open mind.
Because we don't know.
Because I think that's
what do we know? We don't know.
Jen, because that's the biggest thing is most people don't know anything about it. You know,
about the alien thing,
including the folks that have information. It's still a lot of questions, just like coronavirus. We don't know a lot about it.
We don't know. We
just got we're here for the party.
Yep.
We're just kind of going through each day and give me some info and I'll take it for the day and give me some new info tomorrow and we'll go with that.
Eventually we'll figure it out, but we probably won't.
And I'm not going to start any fights over it because I don't know. You wanted to say something. What's up?
I'm glad you guys are open-minded about UFOs. And I want to say, Jen, you're exactly right. Why would we be self-centered enough to think we're the only ones on this planet, for one? And for two, they are so much further advanced than us. They would have totally annihilated us a long time ago if that's what they were here for. Thank you for being positive.
Oh, thanks. And you know what? Just between you and me,
yes,
I'm gonna. If you watch that movie, Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, there's a group of people that like go out and actively attempt to have an interaction with an alien being.
Is that the one on? I think that's the one my husband and I watched on. I was going to tell you, it's Netflix.
Yes.
He's a professor.
Yes. Stephen Greer.
He's got gigantic muscles.
Yes, he
does. Yes.
And
it's
he's very
amazing.
emotional. Yes.
Yeah, well, and but the thing is, we were sitting around in those lawn chairs out in those fields, and they could summon them.
Yes.
And the stuff that you see, I don't know who could watch that and not believe that there's something out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I want to go sit. I want to go sit in a field.
You should. They would come to you because you're open-minded. So go do it. You guys have a good day.
And I will let you know.
You too.
Have
Thanks
a good one.
What was your name?
Oh, don't put me on there. I don't want to be the weirdo calling in.
Maureen is looking for a second date update with a guy named Zach. Hey, Maureen, how you doing?
Hey, good. How are you?
We're doing great. Thank you. Why don't you tell us about Zach, how you two met, and how that first encounter went?
Well, where do I start? We met online. I don't even know where anyone else could even meet these days anyway.
Right.
So we, talk online a little bit before, and then we decided to, meet up.
Where did people meet before online? Bars?
I think just at bars or, friends of friends. I met my boyfriend through a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
You kind of met.
I met one through work and another through friends.
Yeah.
At a bar.
At a bar.
So you met Zach online.
Yeah. We met online, and we decided to meet up after we had, talked online for a while. Not too long, but you know what I mean? It took a little bit of time to see if we like each other enough.
Enough to know you wanted to get together in person.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you.
So our first date was really fun. We met in the park. They have the outdoor workout classes,
Mm-hmm.
and I had a really good time. It was just relaxed and cool. I thought we hit it off.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided we were going to hang out the next day, and he said I should go over his house, and he was going to cook for us.
Oh,
So
I like that.
Yeah, I was like, okay, cool. So he grilled food, and we had wine at his house. And again, I just had such a good time. And I actually, I did end up spending the night with him.
no judgment.
So that was that. And I left the next morning, but then I never heard from him again.
What was the next morning like? Was it weird? Was it awkward? Did it feel funky to you?
Honestly, it was it wasn't as good as the night before, but it wasn't awkward either. It was just kind of rushed. I had to leave really quick, and he had to go. So it's it was a little bit awkward, but it was more rushed than anything. But I really did not want a one night stand, and it seems like that's what happened, and I did not like that.
The fact that he's not calling you back makes you feel like,
I texted him twice because I didn't want to seem like a psycho or anything,
Yeah.
But
You're going to let us do the real stalking. You were just
Yeah.
mildly
Right.
engaging.
let us be the stage 5 clinger.
I like that.
'cause
I kind of miss it.
There was a little bit of fun in that, wasn't there?
Yes. Oh my gosh. The investigative reporting of dating. I do kind of miss that a little bit.
You just didn't like being on the receiving end.
I mean, I drove by his house and his car was there, but but I wonder if he was home.
Yeah. Did you do a drive-by, Maureen?
did not. I just left it at the 2 texts because I'm just kind of getting like a feeling that it was just like a one night thing, and I just think I don't know, he should have made that clear before. I'm just really upset, and I just want to know if he just like used me for a one night stand, or maybe something happened to him. Like,
see, that is exactly why we do Second Date Update, because to quote Maureen just now, it would have been nice if it was a one night stand that he'd let me in on it.
Yeah.
Instead of just blowing me off.
Yeah.
And kudos to you for showing the kind of restraint you showed, Maureen, by limiting it to 2 texts.
And then call.
Yeah.
You kind of got him blown up by calling us, but that's okay.
It did take a lot of restraint. Like every day, I definitely want to text him 100 times and either like ask him if he's okay, or maybe just like scream at him, because it's just not cool. You know, it's really.
There's no excuse these days for this kind of behavior, really.
Yeah. Every girl knows what I'm talking about, and it's not okay.
All
So I
right.
just want to see what's going on.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
Hello,
Hi, can we speak to Zach, please?
this is Zach.
Well, I see he's found his phone.
Who is this?
Zach, it's Jeff and Jen at Q102. How are you this morning?
I'm fine.
Are we catching you at a bad time?
Yeah, I'm on my way to work.
We're sorry to bother you, man. We don't want to take up too much of your time. We just wanted to give you a call and let you know that you have a fan out there. She called us this morning and told us a little bit about you. You sound like a pretty cool guy, and we just wanted a few minutes to have you come on the radio and maybe chat a bit. Are you cool with that? We promise to make it short.
I can't talk too long, but sure, yeah.
Okay.
What's up?
Well, we talked to this great girl. Her name is Maureen, and she told us that you guys hung out a couple times at the park, and you were nice enough to have her over, and you grilled out, and you know, maybe you've been busy or you've been preoccupied with this, that, or the other thing, but we kind of wanted to get your thoughts about Maureen and see if you thought there was maybe any potential there, or
Yeah, no, I ghosted her.
what?
I ghosted her.
You did ghost her.
Admitted to it.
That's pretty much what you do in 2020.
Oh, well, not even a phone call, not even a, hey, you were great, but I don't think this is going to work out.
You can do that. It's just at this point, I feel like it's pretty obvious, you know, with
What?
everything that's happening, that, you know, you go on a couple dates, and then if it doesn't work out, if someone doesn't answer, you just don't worry about it.
You just take that to mean that they're not interested.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you do now.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about the awkward conversation anymore.
Oh.
So there's no real specific reason.
I mean, there's reasons.
Did you just
yeah, I mean,
use me for a one night stand? Because that's really what it kind of looks like. What do you mean that's what you do? You just don't answer someone?
He also said there's a reason. So what's the reason?
Yeah, what is? I did hear him say that. Can you shed some light here, Zach?
Yeah, I mean, like, the sex wasn't great. I think we both got to know that, which is fine. You know, like, we're all kind of getting back out there, I guess, again. But, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, like, we had 2 dates. We tried it out. It just wasn't clicking.
Wait, I can't even really hear you. What did you just say? Did you just say the sex wasn't that great? And then what?
It's not anything to be ashamed of. This is, I mean, it's just dating.
Do you really think you're that great in bed?
Oh, now.
Because
I don't know.
honestly, I give you like, I don't know, a 3 at best. Like you don't even know what you're doing really.
What?
So maybe that's why it's not that great.
You know what? I'm not even going to complain. Like, if you didn't like the sex, then you shouldn't be upset that I ghosted you.
Nice.
Right?
I think you're just one of these guys that like uses women for one night stands and then like just like this was like your intention to begin with. I'm beginning to get that feeling. It's not like we just didn't click. Was this like, I don't know, I just feel like you used me.
Okay, well, you were the one talking about sex the whole time. We were conversing back and forth.
Zach,
so.
let's say the sex was fantastic. Would that have made a difference? Would she have heard from you again? Or are you the type, is this kind of part of your MO where one and done?
It could have changed the perspective, but it seemed like we were done, you know? I mean...
The relationship had run its course.
I just think it's interesting that you say you two didn't click because you seem to have this great time the day before and you got together again. So was this all part of the plan from the very get-go was to...
Well, I mean, you go to something like a workout, you know, in public to make sure that people you're hanging out with aren't like some psychopath. And then once you know that that's fine, you do something like, having dinner together at your place. And then, if you're going to have sex, you have sex. I'm not going to, be a creep about it. I want her to know that I'm not going to, be a psycho. So we'll meet in person, and then we'll have a second date, and then have sex. It's typically how it works. So.
All right. Well, Zach, that was brutal honesty, but that's what we ask for on second date updates, I guess.
Yeah. Anything else y'all need?
Anything else, Maureen?
I don't think so. No, I don't right now. There's nothing we need from you. Thank you for being a total jerk.
I didn't know being honest was being a jerk, but okay.
Well, if you're honestly a jerk, when you're honest, you can tell that you're a jerk. So it's not just about being honest. It's who you are, and you're just you just used me. And honestly, your words speak for themselves. I'm so sorry I wasted even 1 second with you.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not laughing.
And we're laughing. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Clear here.
Aww.
Maureen's had a chance to get that off her chest. Zach, again, thank you for taking the call. We wish you the best. And Maureen, I'm sorry.
Wish him the best. Why are you guys even wishing him the best?
Well, we wish everybody the best. We wish you both the best.
It's a way we can get off the phone.
Girls should know about.
I know it sucks and it's painful. It's brutal sometimes.
Nobody
That's a
likes to
chance
be in your
we
shoes.
Take when we come on second date update. I don't want to dog the guy. I don't want to make him sorry for agreeing to come on second date update. If we dogged every guy that came on because we didn't like the reason, then nobody would ever agree to come on second date update. So I try to give him a chance to be honest, and sometimes we don't like the answer, but that's the chance we take when we come on
guess
second.
so, but if a guy is a dog, then you shouldn't, I just think girls should be warned. This is something he was honest, and I think he was definitely just planning a one-night stand from the beginning, and I should have realized that, what kind of guy he was myself.
All right. If Maureen, if the next morning we were talking about how it felt a little awkward the next morning, if he had said to you, listen, I had a great time. Thank you. I don't think that you and I are really gelling here. I think you're a great person, but I think
not
we should
feeling it.
move on. I'm not feeling it. How would you have reacted in that moment?
I don't know. It's just, I just
sucks.
think this guy is
It does suck.
It sucks.
That's why they ghost you, because that sucks. Nobody wants to hear that part of their life.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just hard because I just wish I didn't have sex with him. Is really what I wish. And I feel like he probably knew that before, and then he just went and had sex with me anyway, and then then just decided to ghost me after that. Or if he knew he didn't like me, maybe he could have just quote unquote ghosted me before.
Yeah.
Right.
I hear you.
So
I get that.
Is he gone or is he still there?
I think he hung up.
I think he hung up too.
He was done.
All right.
All right, Maureen, again, I'm very sorry.
well, thanks. At least now I know I don't have to sit around wondering about him.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
True. All right. Thank you.
All right. We
Good
love
luck.
you, Maureen.
Good
Hang
luck.
in there.
Yeah. Good luck out there. Not everybody's like this.
I know, but a lot of guys are.
Yeah, actually, most of them
part.
are. But...
I said not
Oh, sorry.
everyone.
right.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
I'll find a good one.
Yeah, you will.
It's hard, If you got to kiss a lot of toads, or you find your prince.
Right.
And you will.
I hope so.
Take it easy, Maureen.
Thanks.